Hey, what's up, guys? How are y'all doing? Coin Stocks here. Gonna be covering UAMY stock, United States Antimony Corporation, ticker symbol UAMY. Also gonna be covering Beyond Meat, that's ticker symbol BYND. So we'll be going over those two stocks. At the end of the video, I will be going over my trades. I did take a position here with UAMY stock, so I'll be putting timelines for both of these stocks. So just go ahead and fast forward to which stock you want to hear, or you can stay tuned for the whole video to get the full context of the video. So at the time of recording, it is August 13, 2026 on a Thursday. This is after hours right here. So we're going to be jumping on over to UAMY. So close the day at $5.34 here, taking a look at the weekly time frame. So we had a huge sell-off, but one thing that I just want to show you guys right here, taking a look at the weekly time frame, we have this huge wedge pattern forming here. You can see these yellow trend lines right here are my trend lines, creating this huge wedge pattern. What I do like about UAMY stock is that we are still above this 200 moving average. This stock is doing holding very strong, with this critical minerals. It's very necessary, for our everyday needs, for cell phones and everything. So it has, very strong fundamentals. So I'm going to be dropping down to the lower time frames. So I did mention on my last video, when we're trading around this area, it had huge, strong momentum. But when we're trading around this area, that's not necessarily the best time to be picking up shares. I mentioned around this area, this is where, good time to be dollar cost averaging. However, we had this huge gap here. Let me bring out the days, that way I can just, so this was yesterday right here. We had this huge sell-off. So now is the time to, again, not bad of an idea to be accumulating shares at this price, So we did have some, consolidation right here. Came up, and now I don't know if this was a stop hunt, to take out traders that put their stop loss to break even right here. I'm not sure if that's what this is right here. If we keep pushing forward or keep pushing back towards this momentum upward, then that's a very beautiful thing to see. However, if we keep playing around in this area and then go up and then come back down and consolidate in this area, I think we will be seeing something along like this, coming back down, break, and then retest, or come back down and then move in that direction. But I think with UAMY, with the strong fundamentals, I do think that we can be continually moving upward. Now we are currently on the new moon right here. A lot of times, you could think of the new moon being light, and you could think of the full moon being heavy. A lot of times, not the holy grail, but a lot of times you could use it as a confluence. When new moon's right here, a lot of times the market does tend to sell off. And right here, perfect example, full moon, heavy, bottom, and then it moves upward. You could just kind of like think of it like that. Just very basic right there, but it's more so the technical analysis is what you want to go off of. Right here, a lot of consolidation definitely a stop hunt. And then now, again, if we continue in the upward momentum, that'll be very good to see. As like I said, on the weekly time frame, we are above the 200 moving average. Again, I just want to say that's really good that we are above this. Very good quality stock here, very volatile. You know, this is the post earnings, and you know, again, we did have the total eclipse yesterday. You know, a lot of times when that happens, there's a lot of volatility. We do have one more eclipse, which is on the 27th and 28th of this month. We do have a partial lunar eclipse. This one will be taking place in North America. So we will be able to catch that if you live up in the States or North America. Again, that is the 27th and the 28th. That one will actually be on a full moon. So just looking at the levels here, let's just talk a little bit on the levels. As I already mentioned, you know, this area is, you know, I'm going to go down to the 15-minute time frame. But this level is a good key level, you know, considering that there is, you know, all this liquidity. Another huge level, I'm going to drop back down to the daily time frame. I'm going to take out these charts, kind of clean it up a little bit. So right here, if you look left, a lot of times, you know, you just look left. So you can see there was a lot of liquidity here. So that's where our playing field right here, a little bit of liquidity right here or right here. You know, we're still not out of the woods yet. I mean, we can still be playing around this $4.50 area, you know, if we continue consolidating right here and all this level. But if not, you know, we possibly can be getting a shift in momentum and can actually start filling this gap right here and possibly continue the momentum of, you know, pushing on upward. So we'll just have to wait and stay tuned. But like I said, I did pick up a position here with UAMY. I'll be talking about that towards the end of the video. So go ahead and stay tuned for that. So next, you know, so that'll wrap up UAMY. Yeah, so possibly can be going back to the $6 range as well. So yeah, we'll just have to stay tuned. So yeah, that'll wrap up UAMY. So now I'm going to go ahead and jump on over to Beyond Meat. So Beyond Meat did announce it will be having a 130 stock reverse split. So we can see that taking place tomorrow on a Friday. So that'll be Friday, August 14th, 2026. Everything will be converted, you know, to the 130 stock reverse split. So just to take the confusion out of the way, you know, you don't lose any value in your stock. I mean, if you have, let's say, $1,000 worth today, tomorrow you'll still have $1,000 worth. It's just going to be converted 130. So if you have 30 shares, then it'll be converted to 1 share. Another calculation is, let's see, right now overnight price is at 42 cents. You times that by 30, so then tomorrow we should be looking at a price of $12.60. So just a quick, easy conversion rate there for you guys. So you don't lose any of the value. So it just converts itself. It's a way for them, Beyond Meat, to be compliant because they had to the end of August to be above $1. So that's like a way they can be compliant. So, and here it is right here, 130 stock reverse split, Friday 14th August 2026. So that is what they're taking place. A lot of times when this stock reverse split happens, a lot of times you can see a possible price move, it continue to move downward. Or a lot of times what happens is actually you get squeezes. You can get squeeze plays out of this. I'm just going to give some quick examples of this. ASST and many others, Beginning of the year did do stock reverse splits. Right here's ASST. This is Strive. This is a Bitcoin mining company that performed a reverse stock split. So right here's a perfect example. This one did a 1 to 20 stock reverse split on the February of this year, 2026. And this one actually, consolidated, and it has been moving upward. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you'll just tank from there. And ASST was trading about $1 when it did do the stock reverse split. Actually, I don't remember if it was around 50 cents or $1, somewhere around there. But when it decided to do the stock reverse split, now I'm just going to jump on over to AMC just to give another example of that. It can even continue further selling off as what AMC did. AMC did a 1/10 stock reverse split right here. This was in August of 2023, and you can see did a reverse split right here, and it just tanked, and then it basically further tanked. This is so it's just showing you guys that it can go both ways. AMC, since we're on this topic, is doing very well, very strong momentum. I did this path right here, did a technical analysis, and it's following that path perfectly. AMC is looking strong, but just wanted to give those examples of stock reverse splits. A lot of times it can help the company. I think when you see a company that continues seeing stock reverse splits, then that's a very bad sign. This is the first time ever that Beyond Meat did perform a stock reverse split. So now I'm gonna drop on over to the daily time frame, and just to mention that it did close at 40 cents. After hours, it closed at 42 cents for Beyond Meat. So again, we could be seeing a price of converting to $12.60 tomorrow. Market open, we can expect to see some volatility here for Beyond Meat. So we're on the daily time frame. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on this counter channel right here. I did change the settings to the ATR4. So you could see that the bands, this thing is heavily oversold. It's here on this lower area. So when price, it's hugging this channel right here, this band right here, you could see that it is heavily oversold. If we go down to the 4-hour time frame, you could just see it's right on this band right here. So we can expect to see the volume picking up within these next couple of days, possibly seeing some movement back to this 20 moving average here, to this 50-cent range where it currently was at, prior to all this, to it selling off right here. So we have that going on for Beyond Meat. Again, just heavily oversold. So yeah, this is going to be very interesting. Initially, when tomorrow with the options market, it'll probably take a couple weeks before you see a lot more on the options. That way they can get this conversion rate going. But the awesome thing about this stock reverse split is that let's say people that are suffering some drawdown, you will be able to do some sell covered calls just to lower your average basis. So you do have that option there. So yeah, that's basically all I have for this. Again, Beyond Meat, heavily oversold. I don't think it's gonna sell off anymore. If anything, I think we can see some upside, tomorrow market open. Do think that we will be seeing some upside. However, I just do want to mention that, on the time frames, we are all under these moving averages here. We go to the weekly time frame, we are under these moving averages, so just a lot of caution with this stock. Don't currently at the moment, this is a very high risk stock, so just be very cautious with this stock. Again, you can see these channels are just tightening up a lot, so we can see some, possibly even a little baby squeeze. That would be awesome. So yeah, that's basically all I have for Beyond Meat here. So now next, on the last segment of the video, I'm going to be going over the trades. Yeah, so I'm going to be going over the trades. So on my last video where I covered UAMY, I did go over all my trades and everything. I did have a position here with Mara. I actually decided to close that today. Today it was up all the way at $10 or near $10. And at that point, I saw UAMY trading at 5, or that was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I took the trade. So yeah, yesterday Mara was trading around, when I saw Mara was trading around $10, UAMY was trading at $5.15. So I was like, you know what, I want to jump back into UAMY. So I decided to close this position. I'll put my profits here so that you guys can see here Mara. So I did close early and I did close in a profit. So that is awesome. Took my gains and I decided, with that releasing my margins, I decided to take a trade here with UAMY. Now this is a higher risk play, but yeah, when it was trading at $5.15 yesterday, I decided to sell cash secured puts. So now I have a position with UAMY, a strike price at $5. So I collected, a lot of premium. It was a little over 9%. Strike price again at $5. It's my expiration is on the 4th of September. So if on the 4th of September price is under $5, then I'll be forced to buy the shares. Considering the profits that I do collect from UAMY, the upfront premium profits that I collect, that would bring down my average to $4.55. So not bad, having an average of $4.55, even if I do get issued some shares. So yeah, definitely like this. I hope we do continue to see price movement go upward. Again, just a recap for the people that didn't see my other video. I did have a position here with UAMY's strike price was at $6. I sold cash secured puts, was issued shares, was all the way at $5. I saw this movement up to the upside. When it got to $6.02, I did close my position, because I do use margin. Once I get issued shares, since I use margin, that's when I start playing interest. It's 5% year APY, so it's very little interest, but nevertheless it is interest. So I was happy to close that position, and that's awesome because that my average was at $5.55, but since I closed at $6.02, close out that position, open up a brand new position here at a strike price at $5. So now my average will actually be at $4.55 if I get issued shares. So that is awesome. Happy to collect the 9% premiums here with UAMY. Since UAMY is a high volatile stock, I do collect high premiums. So that is all I have for this video. Thank you guys all for the support. Thank you for liking the video. I ask, if you like this kind of content, if you like the video, smash the subscribe button, hype the video, smash the notification bell. If there's a stock of your choice that you want me to cover, put your comments down below. I'll probably be doing this type of format where I'm covering UAMY, and I'll have another stock that I cover. My last video where I covered 4 stocks, it just the video was just too long, and I think, you know, keeping it down to like 2 stocks is a lot better. That way I can dive a little bit deeper on it. But yeah, I do like this Keltner channel right here. This KC, you know, you could see when price is heavily oversold. I'm just going to jump on over to the 4-hour time frame just to show that, you know, UAMY is oversold. Look at the 4-hour time frame. We are in this area, you know, so just wanted to mention that, you know, that's KC. Again, I am using the ATR4. I did change the settings, inputs multiplier to 4. This does widen the band. That way you can see when stocks are heavily oversold or overbought. UAMY being oversold, as you can see, it's in this bottom band. But yeah, that's all I have for this one. So with all that being said, enjoy the rest of your week. Take care, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.